is Melissa Valentine. Welcome to Lavana Soaps. In this video, I'll be making a oat milk and honey soap with my homemade oat milk with a little bit of honey in it and a little bit of a golden yellow color just to give it that extra oomph. And I'm going to be doing a honeycomb texture on top. Okay, so let's get going. First thing I'm going to do is empty my hard oils into this container, and then I'll be pouring my lye water on top of that, which is nice and hot, and that will melt my hard oils. The hard oils are cocoa butter, sustainable palm oil, shea butter, and coconut oil. Okay, and in goes my lye water. I'm just going to mix that until all those cocoa butter wafers are melted. Alright, the hard oils are all melted down, so I'm going to go ahead and add my liquid oils. Olive oil and castor oil. Olive oil is very nourishing to the skin, very moisturizing, and then castor oil helps make lots of bubbles. Alright, I'm going to give that a stir. So I've got my homemade oat milk and the honey is mixed into it. It's very, very well blended to make sure that it gets dispersed properly. I'm going to go ahead and add this now. Blend that up. Now my oat milk was actually discounted from my total water, so I basically held back on 20% of the water and replaced that 20% with oat milk. Okay, now it is stick blender time, and you have to burp the stick blender, so you just kind of tap it and knock it around until you see all the air bubbles float up to the top, because you can't have air bubbles in there. Normally I say mix more than you stick blend, but it won't hurt too much to have it come to a thick trace because it's all going to be one color and we need to do a texture on the top anyway, so it'll be okay. Alright, so right here I have my color, which is some turmeric and some titanium dioxide, and they've been blended with batch oils just a little bit, maybe a couple teaspoons worth, and they're very thick right now because they've been sitting for a while, but I'm going to add a little bit of this batter here and mix it all in to sort of loosen them up and then add it into the rest of the batter. I'm just going to pour this in there and then mix. It's getting pretty thick, but that's okay because, like I said, we're gonna do a texture on top, and so we kind of do need this to be thick. So it's getting kind of orangey with this small cup, but it'll be a richer, more golden color when I mix it in with the rest of the batter. Alright, now this is gonna go into the rest of our batter. My batter is naturally pretty yellow, but it does lighten considerably after it's set out. Alright, time for the fragrance oil. This is Oatmeal Milk and Honey from Brambleberry. Very fitting. Kind of a warm, sweet, slightly earthy fragrance, and I really like it. So I'm going to get around on this side so you can see better. Alright, nice. So smooth and silky. Now I got to scrape all this out so I don't waste any. I'm just going to kind of whisk this around with my little stick here. Get it even. And then I'm going to let it set for a while so it'll get firmer, and then we can start working on our textures. Alright, so I'm going to put a bit of bubble wrap over this edge here to give it that sort of honeycomb texture, and I'm going to have to press it down a little bit to make sure those little bubbles get down into the batter. It's a little lacking over here on this edge, so I think I'll just kind of do an impression in the soap. And I think on the edge, I'm gonna do, I saw a few people do this online. I'm just gonna take a fork and scrape across this way to sort of create an interesting texture. Okay, so we will come back in a day or so and cut these to see how they look. Just over 24 hours later, our oat milk and honey soap is ready to cut. And I love how the color lightened up, but it probably was ready earlier. I just didn't have time to cut it. First I gotta peel off this bubble wrap. Ooh, I love the honeycomb design. Gorgeous! And now I'm just gonna finish peeling off the freezer paper. Now I'm wondering if I got some gelling in the center. I'm not sure yet because it did get quite warm. I don't really care. It's just I usually prefer for my soap to either gel 100% or to not gel at all. I just don't like partial gel because it leaves kind of a dark circle in the middle. I like it when my soap's all one color. Oh, I love this color on the, at least on the outside. I'm hoping it looks like this all the way through. Cross your fingers. All right, you guys, let's do a cut. I am really just so excited for this. All right, here we go, moment of truth. Is there gel? Is there not gel? Let's take a look. Ooh, it's a solid color all the way through, you guys. Although, it might discolor slightly from the fragrance. If your fragrance is kind of sweet or has some vanilla in it, it'll get a little darker on the edge. So you could see that on top and on the outside, it's more of a, almost a paler, almost a more neutral color. And then on the inside, you still got that bright yellowy color that you had in the very beginning with the batter. Eventually, this whole bar will look like the outside or the top rather than this more yellow shade in the middle. I don't know if you could see it, but I could especially see it in this corner here, which I don't mind because quite honestly, I like this color better than the really orangey yellowy color in the middle. So I'm actually looking forward to it all darkening like that. It's turned out gorgeous, you guys. I'm so happy. Always clean off your cutting wire after every cut so you don't get drag marks in your bars. Move this up and do another one. Yes, so pretty. I am in love with this bar. I love the top, I love the texture, I love the design, I love the fragrance. Okay everyone, that is it for my oatmeal milk and honey soap. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Click the little bell notification so you'll be notified when I post a new video. And have a wonderful day.